And 2 seconds later, at the front door, we have this. Guys, what the heck is up? Welcome back to the channel. I am back. I am alive. I am here to make you guys another video. Okay, yes, I understand the elephant in the room. It is right over there. I have not posted since I think April 3rd, which is a whole heck of a lot of time to not post. I get it. But that's the longest I haven't posted within the whole time of me starting my YouTube channel. But here's the deal. I've been super busy. Basically, if you guys follow the channel, I run hotshot, I do hotshot stuff, and I have just been absolutely slammed. The oil and gas industry in my area is absolutely crushing it right now, and I've literally been on the road for the past 3 weeks. But, you know, whatever. Let's get past that. Here's another video. Welcome back to the channel. If you're not a part of the family, hit that subscribe button. And also, I want to say one thing very quick. I will be at the UCC. Now, the UCC being the Ultimate Callout Challenge. That is the May 3rd, 4th, 5th, which will be next weekend. I'm going to try to get this video up either tonight or tomorrow morning, so you guys should see this then. I don't know what day that would be. Okay, but anyways, here's the deal. In the past 3 weeks, needed to get tires. Tires were bald, needed to get some tires. You guys have seen videos before on me wondering what kind of tires I was gonna get. I have decided, and they are on the truck. So the title of this video is, do 35-inch tires, 35 1250, do they fit on a stock ride height F250? Now my truck, little background information if you guys are unfamiliar, it is a 2017 Ford F250 6.7 liter power stroke. And it is 100% stock. I do not have a leveling kit. I do not have airbags. I have nothing. The suspension is completely stock. So I went to a place. I walked in off the street as a Joe Schmo customer. Didn't tell them I had a YouTube channel. Didn't tell them I used to do this stuff for a living. I just walked in, got tires. Initially, the guy at the customer, the salesman, said, dude, you can't run 35s on a stock height F250. Now me personally, I know that they would fit. I knew that they would fit. And a lot of you guys don't know that they will fit. So this video is showing that they do fit. And also, don't let people misinform you on the 35 1250 on a stock ride height truck. Now keep in mind, a big thing here, a big thing to this is that they have to be on stock wheels. Or not necessarily stock wheels, but stock offset wheels. You can't run a 20 by 12 negative 44 offset with 35s. They will definitely rub on stock height. You can get away with a leveling kit, you can do some trimming, they'll fit that way. But you need your offset as close as you can to stock in order to fit the 35s on stock ride height. So, okay, I'm definitely rambling now, so we're just gonna check out the tires. The tires that I have decided to go with is the Toyo OpenCountry AT2. Now this is the Extreme, you can see right there, the Extreme. The Extreme from the regular AT2 is basically just a little more aggressive. The lugs are a little farther apart and you have a little bit more 30 seconds of tread in the tire. The tread wear warranty is bumped down to 50,000 mile tread wear warranty compared to the regular AT2s, which are 65 or 60,000. I will put that in. I've been out of the game for approximately 1.5 years, so I am unsure. But in my shop, during my shop years, I have sold an absolute boatload of these tires. Never personally ran them, but I've had customers literally call me back to say how much they love these tires. I didn't necessarily want to do a mud tire. I do a whole bunch of highway driving, so this led me to an all-terrain, but I still wanted something that looked good. So that led me to the all-terrain, the AT2 Extreme from Toyo. And they are very nice. You can see there 1250 wide, so that's 12.5 inches on the width and 35-inch diameter. So let me show you guys the size right here. 35, 1250, maybe if the camera will focus, 35, 1250, or 20. Now for me, since I use this truck commercially, I haul a whole bunch of weight behind the truck on a daily basis, I went with the 12 ply rating. That is a load range F. So the weight rating on these tires is just over 3,600 pounds per tire, which is perfect for me. I'm not going to get into the whole weight equation from minusing the percentage on the tongue weight of the trailer, You get it. I went heavy, so I didn't have to worry about weight rating, because DOT guys do check your weight rating on your tires. There is the suspension. That is the factory coil and the factory Rancho shock. Zero clearance issues. 100% clears the front, 100% clears the back. I didn't have to trim anything. This is all how it was from the factory. I literally just had the tires put on. I didn't even mount them. I had them do them at the place, and they fit. 100% clearance. So there is a little overview of how they look. It really changed the look of the truck. The truck looks very good. I was up in the air with wheels, doing wheels also, but like I said, right now I'm currently using the truck commercially on a daily basis, and I'm not going to do like a 20x9, and I'm not going to do even a 20x10. I want to go at least a 12 wide with a -44 offset, and that would have had me getting into a leveling kit, unless I would have did a 33, but long story short, I kept the stock wheels and did the 35 1250s, and it looks very good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. The tires really filled up the wheel well, so it looks sick. Okay, so normally when you first start cutting the wheel, this is where it's gonna rub. It's gonna rub right on this part of the plastic here. So most of the time, if you see guys with lifted trucks, or if they got a big offset wheel, they cut right here, they zing off this corner, and they might trim back their inner fender liner to allow for the clearance. But at full crank, you have an absolute mile back there, and it, you know, just when you start cranking the wheel here, you have a solid, I don't know, 3 inches of clearance. Now let's check the front. Okay, so here's the clearance on the front when you start turning your wheels to the right. Normally, if you have a too big of a wheel or a wider wheel with a higher offset, you will rub right on the front of the bumper. So normally you can see guys that will, you know, draw a line here on their bumper. They'll cut off this bottom corner, and they will also cut off, you know, they'll follow that line all the way down on their front plastic spoiler piece here to cut this corner off to allow for the tire to clear the bottom. But here, stock ride height 35s on stock wheels. No issues, 100% clearance. I did have a thought, if you could run 37s, maybe not get a 1350 wide on the 37, maybe do a 1250 wide, if you could clear, because theoretically on a 35 you have 3 inches of clearance. You have way more than 3 on the front, definitely have 3 on the back right when it starts clearing the back of the fender. I wonder if 37 by 1250 would have fit on a stock ride height. Maybe in the future we'll try that out. Alright guys, so there you have it. I didn't want to get too in depth on some crazy stuff. I was rambling, but that's some good information on the F250, at least 17 and up. You guys 100% have a confirmation here on the channel that 35 by 1250s do fit stock ride height, stock wheels. Now for the nitty gritty stuff. Okay, so look, I'm not here to spread negativity. I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm not here to do anything like that. But the place I got the tires from were the cheapest around. They were even cheaper than like custom offsets and the big people online, and I bought them locally to me. I drove there, picked them up, had them install them, and I came back home all within a few hours. They do sell wheels and tires online. They're a pretty big dealer online. They're pretty reputable, but they wrecked my wheels. Now here's the deal. I told you guys that I did this for 4 years. I know exactly what they did. The duckbill. Okay, you have a tire machine, you have your arm that you push down is actually the duckbill that goes in the tire that you fold up over with an iron, and then you hit the rotation on the actual machine itself, and it rotates the tire, and the duckbill's inside the wheel that pulls the tire off. Now guys, I'm not really sure 100% on the terminology for the actual parts. I think it's a duckbill, might not be. I'll put a picture of it here. So that needs set on the highest. I was sitting in the Haggard Mercedes, by the way. That needs set on the highest setting. So whenever you push it down to your wheel and you lock the thing in and it holds on your rim, that needs set on the highest part of the rim. Because if you set it on the low part of the rim and then you go to rotate that tire on the tire machine, you hit the lever on the bottom to make the tire spin, that duckbill will hit the higher part of the wheel. So here's what happened. Okay, do you see this low part here? This is a low part of the wheel. So the tire tech probably took the duck bill, pushed it down onto the lowest part of the wheel, locked it in position. Okay, then he went to hit the pedal to actually rotate the wheel to allow the duckbill to pull off the tire. And what did it do? It hit the higher part of the rim. Okay, so there you can see, you hear that? Those are deep. If it wasn't deep, I wouldn't care. I would buff it out and I would move on. But that is deep. It hit there. It pretty much hit on every high part of the wheel. So there. See, I tried to buff this out. These ones could probably be buffed out. They're not really fingernail grabbing. But it rubbed a scratch on the whole high part of the wheel. So it missed here because he set the height of it here, and then it went to the high part and basically grabbed every high part of the rim. Now, I know this because I have done this before. I have done this on aftermarket wheels, that their spokes are a little higher than in the center. So I set the height of the duckbill here, and then when I rotated the rim, the duckbill thing crashed into here and it wrecked the wheel. I know this from experience. I physically have done this before. So I guarantee you $1,000 this is what happened. I have not called the people yet. I'm not going to say who they are, but I will contact them and I will see if they want to do anything, because this wheel is 100% clear. Actually, there's a little bit right there. You can see a little bit. So he probably set the height of it, you know, in between the two, maybe like right here and here, he set the height of it. So it just started grabbing it a little bit. So I'm going to contact them and see if they want to do anything. And if they are cool about the situation, I will promote them like crazy on the channel, because their tires were priced very, very good. They were just comparable with pretty much everywhere else, even cheaper. Yeah, you can see. I mean, it's on all the wheels. Mainly the front passenger side is the bad one. So before I say who I got the tires from, I will contact them and see if they want to do anything about this. I mean, the truck was very expensive. It is my pride and joy. It is my work vehicle, and it is something that I cherish greatly in my life. Obviously, if you're going to spend this amount of money on a truck, you are going to want to keep it nice and not have a crashed up wheel. All I can say is that it would be wise for them to resolve this issue. But long story short, I am happy with the tires. They are actually very smooth. There's no balancing issues. I know how hard a 35, 12, 50, 20 can be to balance, especially when you're getting to an extreme tread like that. But Toyo is a more reputable company. They balance definitely on the easier side compared to the cheaper mud tires. But there it is. And I also have a pretty decent amount of miles on these tires already. So I'm going to give you guys my first impressions pretty much on these tires. So stay tuned for that within the next few days. I'm going to go over actual tread depth, where I started from, where I currently am. And keep in mind, this is hauling, you know, like a 14,000 pound trailer on the daily, which doesn't tend to be very nice to tires. But stay tuned for that. We'll get into that later. All right, guys, we warped a little ahead. We're locked and we're loaded. I don't normally take him in this truck because of one reason. His hair is so bad. Anyone who has a shedding dog, like along the lines of like a husky or something along those lines, knows exactly what I'm talking about. His hair is filthy. It's so bad. So that's why he's going to the groomer. We're going to get like a deep brushing and the whole deal. Get his ears clean, get his toenails done. I usually do all that stuff myself. But this year his hair is just, it's springtime, you know. I mean, his undercoat's coming out. His undercoat's like crazy and it's white. So like, if you ever seen my videos, if I have white dog hair on me, now you know why. So look, he's making his, actually I take that back. He's been on the channel before. What are you doing? How's it going? I can't even put the windows down because his hair will blow throughout the entire truck. I got the baby seat up front, and no, there's not a baby in there, but I don't want to get the baby seat full of hair. So, come here. All right, there you go. Looking good. All right, guys, it is the next day. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish up. Yesterday it was too dark to see what was going on. But guys, do me one favor real quick. Go to the first link in the description and follow me on Instagram at Modern Diesel Corey. Stay up to date with some more UCC stuff. We are preparing all this week coming up until next week. But yeah, follow me on there to stay up to date with what we have going on. Anyways, it is a horrible, nasty day. It's been raining all day and it's cold. and the dog is wanting to go back inside. So this is where we're gonna end it. As always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage.